I have been thinking about the question what the meaning of life is, or whether life has meaning. And recently I stumbled into pessimism or pessimistic philosophy, and in there it is accepted or recognized that life has no meaning. And at first it appears to be very depressing to acknowledge that the life that we cling on so tightly is completely meaningless. But after thinking about this for a bit longer, I actually find it's a relief. So in what sense it is a relief? It's a relief because given that life has no meaning, it also has no expectation for us to what to do, what to achieve, or it doesn't oblige us to do anything. We are not forced to have to obtain this or obtain that. There is also no standard set of rule. There's no moral standard, so there is also no competition for who is to be more right or wrong, or who is better than another. And this is a huge relief for me, and it appears that in this sense every one of us can actually find freedom to decide to live our lives in whatever way that we want. Nobody else can judge what we do, and we don't have to justify our lives in any way to anyone at all, and even to nature. In the past, I often look at the way that other people live their lives, and sometimes I would judge them. I mean, not to tell my judgment directly to people, but in the back of my head I would say, oh, that's not the way to live life. But now I try not to do that anymore, and the desire to do that is almost decreased over time. So I think any way that you decide to live life is totally equally all valid and equally right or wrong. It doesn't matter. So someone might want to be the richest person in the world, or the most kind, or the most beautiful, or who want to be a hero to save others, or maybe you want to have kids and take care of them. All of those, all of the different ambitions and goals, they are all equally valid, and if that's the way that you think that your life should be, then it should be that way. So just thinking about myself, for me, looking back in my life up to this point, what has given my life meaning, I think, the joy that I have when I learn something new. And so when I was a teenager and in my 20s, I learned math, mathematics, and physics, and they did give me great joy during those years. And nowadays, my job is related to these things, and also coding. But as in recent years, I find that there are a lot of questions that I have about life and about human nature that cannot be answered with math and physics. And I have been becoming interested in many other fields like biology, history, philosophy, and as long as I find joy in still learning about stuff, then I think at least life is bearable for me, and at least it has some meaning, or at least it gives me an opportunity to do something that I'm still find enjoyable. So anyhow, getting back to the question whether life has meaning, and I'm completely agree that it has no meaning at all. And once I accept that, then the question itself, what is the meaning of life, it becomes meaningless in itself. And in accepting this answer, I also find a great sort of relief, and then also I become less judgmental in thinking about what other people are doing with their lives. In a sense, I think you are free to decide what life means for you. I am free to also do that. So we are free, and so I think that's actually turns out to be. It has no meaning, but in a sense, it is. This answer is meaningful.